If you're missing this, I feel bad. Fanatics Fest is the real deal experience. Oh my God, Jake Paul, the kids love him. And then you have the legend, Mike Tyson.
I got Jake Paul knocking him out.
Undisputed, undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson.
Gimmick going, ready to walk into the Coliseum and face the Lion.
Round 1 kicked off with palpable tension in the air. Jake, known for his aggressive style, came out looking unusually cautious. And who could blame him? He was facing none other than Mike Tyson. Jake knew he couldn't go in guns blazing, so he spent the first couple of minutes establishing his jab. Tyson, on the other hand, wasn't here to play. He moved like a predator, cutting off the ring with precision. Even at 58, Iron Mike had that classic head movement, bobbing and weaving through Jake's jabs while positioning himself for a brutal counter. He wasn't rushing, he was calculating, waiting for Jake to make a mistake. Jake kept his guard high, circling away from Tyson's power hand, using the entire ring to create some distance. But Tyson's ring IQ was sharp as ever. He cornered Jake a few times, landing body shots that made Jake feel the heat early. Despite the pressure, Jake managed to survive the round without getting rocked, but the looming danger was clear from the start. Tyson clearly dictated the pace in round 2. Jake played it smart, but Tyson's presence and relentless bodywork gave him the edge. The problem child began to find his rhythm, realizing he couldn't win by just running. He started throwing more combinations, landing some crisp 1-2s, and you could see his confidence growing. His footwork wasn't bad either. He was sticking and moving, making Tyson miss and capitalizing with counter punches. One thing Jake deserves credit for is his cardio. While Tyson remained dangerous, he started to slow down just a bit. Jake seized the moment, landing a solid right hand that caught Tyson off guard. The crowd erupted. It wasn't a knockout blow, but it was enough to make Tyson step back and reassess the situation. However, Tyson, ever the warrior, came back with a series of vicious body hooks. Every time Jake landed a clean shot, Tyson made him pay with rib-crunching body blows. You could almost feel the air being sucked out of Jake, but to his credit, he wasn't folding. He was still in the fight, still standing, and still swinging, determined to go the distance. Jake did a great job landing cleaner punches this round, with that right hand giving him the edge. By round 3, the fight really heated up. Tyson started to unleash his infamous peekaboo style, slipping punches and exploding with heavy hooks. Jake was struggling to keep up with Tyson's timing. He'd throw punches, but Tyson slipped them effortlessly, countering with brutal uppercuts. At one point, Tyson backed Jake into the corner, and things got intense for Jake's fans. Tyson unleashed a barrage of punches, forcing Jake to cover up and hang on. However, credit must be given. Jake absorbed some massive shots and managed to stay on his feet, showing resilience in a tough situation. The power behind Tyson's punches could have folded many fighters, but Jake's chin held strong. Still, this round clearly belonged to Tyson. His relentless pressure and clean, powerful shots were starting to wear Jake down. You could see Jake breathing heavier, his movements slowing just a bit. It was all Tyson: the power, the aggression, and the accuracy, vintage Mike. By round 4, Jake was in survival mode, but he wasn't backing down. He knew he was in deep waters, yet he showed heart. Early in the round, Jake landed another clean right hand, snapping Tyson's head back. The crowd erupted, thinking for a moment that maybe Jake could turn things around. It was a brief spark of hope in a fight dominated by Tyson's assault. Jake controlled the center of the ring, throwing combinations and landing jabs to keep Tyson at bay. He mixed in some body shots, showing he wasn't just there to survive, he wanted to win. But Tyson wasn't having it. Midway through the round, Tyson landed a brutal left hook that staggered Jake. His legs buckled for a split second, but he managed to clinch, avoiding further damage. Despite clearly feeling the impact of those shots, Jake's clinch game was solid, tying up Tyson whenever things got too heated. Jake's heart kept him in the fight, but Tyson's power shots gave him the edge in this round. It was close though. Then came round 5, where things got crazy. Jake was still hanging in, but it was clear Tyson had been waiting for this moment. Early in the round, Tyson turned up the pressure, cutting off the ring and trapping Jake against the ropes. The tension was thick as Tyson unleashed his aggression, showing that even after all these years, his ability to corner and punish was as sharp as ever. Jake kept throwing punches, but Tyson's defense was flawless. He slipped shots left and right, patiently waiting for the perfect moment. Then, boom, it happened. Tyson slipped Jake's right hand and unleashed a devastating uppercut, landing flush on Jake's chin. Time seemed to freeze for a moment, and then Jake collapsed to the canvas. The crowd went absolutely wild. Jake was out cold, and the ref didn't even bother with the count, immediately waving it off. In a show of sportsmanship, Tyson didn't celebrate wildly. Instead, he checked on Jake to make sure he was okay. It was a brutal knockout, but there was clear respect between the two fighters. It was the knockout everyone expected, yet it still shocked the world. Tyson's power was just too much, so what can we take away from this fight? Even at his age, Tyson's raw power and ring IQ remain unmatched. First off, Jake Paul deserves some respect. Sure, he got knocked out, but he survived 4 rounds with one of the greatest heavyweight fighters in history, which is no small feat. Jake's jab looked sharp, and he had moments where he shined. His cardio was impressive, and he showed a lot of heart standing toe-to-toe with Mike Tyson. That being said, Tyson was an absolute beast. Even at 58, he still has the power and technique that made him a legend. His ability to slip punches and deliver brutal countershots was what ultimately made the difference in this fight.
I believed I would put him out in the first round, but man, that guy is tough.
Jake went on to say he believes another round with Iron Mike would give him the edge. According to Jake, now that he's felt Tyson's power and experienced the fight firsthand, he's confident he can come in with a better strategy next time and outbox Tyson. You learn more from a loss than you do a win, Jake said. And honestly, you have to respect that mentality. Jake made it clear he's pushing hard for a rematch and isn't letting this one loss define him. In typical Jake Paul fashion, he's already hyping up the idea of a second fight. Whether it's realistic or not, you can bet Jake will keep talking about it. If there's one thing we know about Jake, it's that he knows how to make things happen. On the other hand, Tyson proved that age hasn't slowed him down at all. In the same post-fight press conference, Mike Tyson dropped a huge bombshell: he's officially done with boxing for good. That's right, Tyson said he's stepping away from the ring, and this time he means it. After dominating Jake Paul and proving that age is just a number, Tyson made it clear he has nothing left to prove. "I've done my part," Tyson said. "I've shown these influencers they've got nothing on me." He looked calm and collected as he discussed his decision, acknowledging that while it's still fun to put on a show and he has the fire inside, he's satisfied with how he went out. Tyson's proven that no matter who steps into the ring, YouTubers, influencers, or younger boxers, they still can't match the legacy and skill of a legend like him. He's given everything he had to the sport. Fans got one last taste of vintage Mike Tyson, and now he's ready to hang up the gloves for good. The reaction to this fight was absolutely electric. Social media exploded as everyone discussed the showdown between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. The moment that knockout happened, Twitter and TikTok lit up with reactions. Jake Paul's fans gave him credit for going toe-to-toe with a legend, but let's be real, Tyson's fans reveled in every second of that KO. Comments like "Vintage Mike is back" and "Jake really thought he had a chance" flooded the feeds. The memes were on fire. Jake hitting the canvas became an instant viral moment, with hashtags like DKE, Sleepy Jake, and Iron Mike Forever trending. After a loss like this, everyone's wondering what's next for Jake Paul. It's clear he's no joke in the ring. Yes, he got knocked out, but that doesn't erase the fact that he showed massive improvement as a fighter. Jake's resilience and determination will undoubtedly keep him in the conversation. What was your reaction to the knockout? Did you see it coming, or were you just as shocked as everyone else? Drop a comment and let us know. Make sure to subscribe. I'll see you next time.